have touched down in Brisbane. We have arrived. We dumped our bags at the hostel and then made our way into the city. We had some sushi hub for lunch and I went into a Priceline, which is kind of like Superdrug. It is my weakness. I bought the Sally Hughes clean sheet for $20 because I took the mini of it with me when I went away and I finished it and I really liked it, so I picked up more of that. The Sally Hughes Revolution stuff is really good and also really affordable. Now we are just sat in, like, I think it's called Queen Street Mall, like the main shopping bit in Brisbane, and we're going to explore a little bit more, maybe go down to the river, see what it's about. Right now it's giving just busy city vibes. So we took a walk to DigiDirect and Ted's cameras here in Brisbane, and DigiDirect didn't do any GoPro accessories and Ted's camera had some but not the dive casing or the replacement door, and if they order anything in I will already be gone. So the only thing that I can really hope happens is, I heard Eve Bennett, she's currently in Australia, her company that she did her dive with, she was able to rent a GoPro so that she could take pictures and film. So I'm just hoping that company that I go with, which is a different one, will let me rent a GoPro to get some footage, which is annoying because I have a GoPro, but I can't believe I didn't pack the door. I took it off to put the media mod on and I did not pack the replacement door, so silly me. You live and you learn. It's currently 1:10 and we are slowly making our way over the river in the back general direction of the hostel because check-in is at 2. There's a couple of things that we could do, so we might do them this evening. There is the Performing Arts Centre, which I can see. There's a couple of museums here in Brisbane that all look pretty cool, and I mean, just look at that skyline behind me. That's pretty cool as well. The only dangerous thing about being in a city is we keep going into shops and buying things. Today I'm flying solo without Lauren, my best friend, because I am going on a little day trip today to the Australia Zoo, which is the one that Steve Irwin's family owns. I am so excited. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. So I have got help booking it through Welcome to Travel, but I'm in Brisbane and I need to take the train to Beerwa station, I believe. So I'm going to take the train from Roma Street to Beerwa, hopefully, and then apparently there will be a shuttle to pick me up. I haven't confirmed this, but people say online that there's a shuttle that picks people up from the station to go to the zoo. I'm a bit nervous, but if all goes well, I'll have the best day. I have made it to Australia Zoo. That was a little bit of a faffy journey. So I got on the train and then I didn't know if it was going the right way because it just says the next junction rather than the next like actual full way stop. So then I made it and then I got off the platform at the wrong side. So if you're getting the train to Beerwa to get to Australia Zoo, make sure that you get off at platform 1. So you've got to get off, cross over and then get down, and then there is a little bus stop and then the shuttle came and picked us up. It's free and I'm here now. Everything has worked out fine. It took about an hour and a half. I got to the station at about 7:30 in Brisbane because I just didn't want to miss it, and although I was an hour early, the train didn't even come until 8:32. It was a couple of minutes late. I just wanted to like speak to a human and make sure that I was where I was meant to be, which I did, and that was fine. So I probably wouldn't have done it any other way. And then the train here took about an hour and a half, and then the shuttle takes about 4 minutes. So I'm here now and there's a Komodo dragon literally right there. This is so cool. I've already seen otters, and then there was another Komodo dragon with his face right up to the glass. Oh my god, it's a Komodo dragon. Oh, look at that! This is so cool, and the landscaping is so pretty. Like, it literally looks like we're in the jungle. I think I'm going to be here all day. I'm so excited. I don't really usually tend to come to zoos, but I feel like this one is a bit different, and I just love Steve Irwin and everything that he and his family have done, and it just feels really special to be here. There's literally like little rides and things for children to go on, and a little water park over there. It is the cutest thing. Hi mate. Crikey. Good eye. Hey buddy.
like to hear? Nice work. Let's not forget, reduce your plastic waste by reusing and recycling, just like these guys. If we can train up. Now whistling kites.
To the water's edge. You can see by stamping my feet, Bluey's picking up on the vibrations. He's slowly making his way over. It's always nerve-wracking. Even though we can see the crocs, it gets real nerve-wracking, but now he's all rolled up. Mate, he's all yours. Go get him.
Yes, thanks, mate. What a good friend. Come on. Look up. Come on down to space, boy. There we go, that tail. Propel themselves up and out of the water. How good is that?
There is also little sanctuaries for the koalas and the wallabies and the kangaroos, and you can like walk through, and they have all the space to like hop around, and you can take pictures with them. And I've got some with my koala and my kangaroo that I'll put here. Hello. What big ears you have. But you can also buy food for the kangaroo and like feed the kangaroo, which I didn't do, but I thought it was such a cool thing to do. It's quite busy today, it's a Wednesday, but there's quite a lot of families. I think children under 12 go free, so there's a lot of like babies and toddlers and things. But there is also a lot of free water cooler things, which is so good because it is hot today. I'm absolutely dripping, and I've need to refill my water bottle twice already today, so that's one thing to note. But oh my god, this place is amazing. It's literally like a zoo and a botanic garden in one, although I did just see a sign that said wild snakes live here too, so I'm a bit scared for that. I have also just left the Crocoseum, I think they call it, or to watch the crocodile show, which was on at 1:15. They have different like shows with different animals each day, but the Crocoseum crocodile one was the one I really wanted to see. It's the most popular one, and also it was the most convenient one because there was one for turtles, but it was at like 10 AM and I got to the thing at like 10:20, so I missed that. But if you look up like what's happening, you can probably time it a bit better. That was absolutely incredible. I had goosebumps watching that. I don't really know what else to say apart from you need to go and see it. It's just so cool to see them interacting with it, and as cheesy as it sounds, Steve's legacy is very much living on in this zoo. And now I'm just walking through the wetlands. So the zoo is sort of divided up into different areas. They've got the wetlands, there's also an Africa section which you can get a shuttle to because it's a bit further away. They've got like Southeast Asia, and there was a whole section with all the crocodiles obviously. But this bit is focused on birds in the wetlands. I'm just taking a walk, it's quite nice to be in the shade for once. This bit is also considerably quieter than the rest of the zoo. It's been quite a challenge to put my camera out in the rest of the zoo. I made it back from the zoo. It was a little bit of a faff to get back from the zoo, I'm not gonna lie, and obviously you know that it was a bit of a faff to get there in the first place, which is why I kind of wanted to like tell everything that happens, so that like if someone finds it useful, because I really had no clue how to get to and from Australia Zoo, and obviously I just followed like the public transport directions and things, but there's like little things that I feel like you should know, like about the go card and everything like that as well. So I'm going to tell you how I got back from Australia Zoo. So I finished the zoo at like 4:30. I think it's open till 5 or 5:30, but they seemed to like shut the shutters at about 20 to 5. I walked back to like the entrance bit where I came in, and I went to ask the people if the free shuttle that I'd got there did free shuttles back to Beerwa station, and the lady at the tills was like, oh, that shuttle has left, it like finishes at 3. So I was like, oh, like how am I gonna get back to Beerwa station? And she was like, oh, are you going back to Brisbane? And I was like, yeah, but I got the train here from Brisbane to Beerwa station, and then I got the free shuttle from Beerwa station to the zoo. And she said that there was a bus that was leaving at like 4:30, I think. It was basically, there was a bus that was going to be leaving an hour after I talked to them at the tills, so lucky I talked to them when I did. That would take me to Caboolture, I think that's what it's called, and I had passed that station on the way to Beerwa, so it was like further back towards Brisbane. I didn't really understand why it couldn't drop me at Beerwa. I was just rolling with whatever they were saying. Hour passed, I went to the wildlife sanctuary because my ticket included a sneak peek at the wildlife hospital, not the wildlife sanctuary, and I got some cute clips of a little koala that was receiving treatment, but it really is a sneak peek. You just walk past, it takes about 10 minutes. And then went back and I talked to these girls that were there, and I was like, do you know if I can pay with my card on this bus? Because obviously the shuttle that I'd got from the station had been free. I didn't have any cash on me and I only had my Apple Pay, and she said that the bus only accepted Go cards, which is like their little travel pass thing in Queensland, but I hadn't seen anywhere to pick up a Go card. I still don't have a Go card and I'm having some trouble with it now. So we were waiting for this bus together. It arrives and I get on and I'm like, can I pay with card? And the bus driver says no, and I'm like, I don't have a Go card, sorry. And luckily he just let me on for free. I think a lot of the bus drivers are nice enough to let you do that, because obviously I would be a bit stuck if you didn't. Get on the bus and we drive to Caboolture, and then my train back to Brisbane was obviously a little bit cheaper because it took me further back towards Brisbane than Beerwa, which was nice. I still don't think I've been charged for the train because I just tapped on and tapped off with my card, and I'm a bit nervous about how much it's going to be, especially the one there because that was a longer journey. I think that's going to cost me about £10. That's how I got back to Brisbane. It took about an hour and a half to get there and about an hour and a half back, and by the time I got back to Brisbane it was like 7 PM. So that's the story about how I got back to Brisbane. And actually we are now in Noosa. This is our second full day in Noosa. We got here 2 days ago, and yesterday I didn't really film anything because we were just like mooching, and we went to Coles. We got the free bus to Coles. They get free weekend buses. Everyone else in front of us to get on the bus was just walking past, so we did that and everything was fine. And then on the way back we went to do it again, and then the bus driver was like, are you not going to pay? And I was like, oh, I thought it was a free bus. And he was like, no. And obviously that only has Go cards as well, and we still don't have a Go card. We haven't seen anywhere to get a Go card, so he had to let us on that for free as well. But I thought for a minute he wasn't going to let us on. That's the story about Noosa so far. And the day before that, when we got here, we went on a trip to the Noosa Everglades, which I will switch back to now. We have arrived at the Noosa Everglades. I think this is something like one of the only Everglades in Australia, something like that. I've never been on an Everglade anyway. I'm so excited. What a lovely day. We've just come on the bus. It took about an hour on the bus. We got picked up from Noosa bus station and now we are here. Everyone's just sun creaming.
I'm excited to go paddling. She asked us if we're going paddling. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I didn't see the word paddling anywhere.
We literally have no idea what we've signed up for, but that's part of the fun. We didn't realise it was going to go on so long. I've got laundry to do. I've got nothing to wear tomorrow. But I think there might be food included as well, because she asked us if we had any dietary requirements, which is good because I've just eaten 2 panny chocks this morning. It's not touched the sides.
I think it's a muffin. She said I heard the word muffin getting chucked.
Oh.
Exactly, yeah. I think here in the winter it's still like Morning, hello.
Morning.
Morning.
There might be lots of, or the biggest of.
Well, it's just stay closed all day.
So we may come to regret this decision, but basically on the boat, man said that the kayaking is about, the canoeing is about 5 kilometres, which should take about an hour or an hour and 10. And it is hot today. Like obviously when you're on a canoe, there's no roof like the boat had. So we kind of decided to maybe skip on that, which I don't know, I'm in 2 minds about. I hope I don't live to regret it and have FOMO, but we're doing a little walk through the jungle, but instead we just didn't really fancy like an hour's canoeing right in the very hot sun today. So he's let us have like a little walk, and then we'll go back to the boat once all the canoes have left, and then we will basically take the boat to like the end point where the canoes will finish, and then that's where we get a chance to have a little dip maybe, I think he said, and then we'll go back to the start. But he's been so cool. There is like a full commentary and he's been telling us about the area. This is one of only 2 Everglades in the whole world, and it's pretty cool. I literally look like I'm in the middle of nowhere jungle right now. I am a little bit scared. I'm like watching where I step, because you just can't be too careful in Australia and you never know what's going to run out in front of you. This is pretty cool looking. This is literally like tropical rainforest vibes with the palm trees. What a beautiful day. And there are these lily pads all over the lake, And the man said they're only going to be open for a few hours. All the insects are buzzing around them. There's birds, dragonflies, everything. And he says that sometimes they can disappear for a few years and no one knows really why. And so I think we're quite lucky to see this many beautiful lilies and lily pads on the lake. They're so pretty. We stopped our boat over at the place called Harry's Hut and we had some orange juice and a muffin. That was lovely, and then we were able to jump in the creek. However, I did not because there was some massive catfish there and you can't see the bottom. It's not really my thing, but Lauren went in. She said it was quite fun, so we hung around there for a bit and then we took the boat and sailed back, and now we are back on mainland and we just had a bit of lunch at the cafe that's also here. So this place is called Habitat. They have like a campsite which is part of the national park, which is where we're on now, and you can like camp or you can go in these glamping pods behind me. But they have a bistro at reception, so I had some mushroom tostadas, cost me $16, and a can of Coke. Now we are walking over here just before we get the bus back to Noosa because they have some kangaroos out on the paths just like here, and we need to watch out for Rupu. They're pretty cool. I'm like slightly scared of kangaroos because at the end of the day they're still a wild animal. I still can't believe they're real. Like, I feel like it's such an Australian emblem, symbol, that it just makes it feel real that I'm here. My sunglasses are falling down my face and I've got no free hands. Hey guys, how you doing? It doesn't look too happy with me. The man said that there might be some joeys in the pocket. I really want to see a joey. Do you have a joey? I don't think you have a joey. What about your friends? Right, let's get the bus back. Get back to Noosa. I need to do some washing, and then today is St Patrick's Day, so hopefully we're going to go out for that tonight. I am really liking Noosa. It's like a little bit more upmarket and bigger than Byron Bay, but still the sort of beachy surfer vibes, which I am enjoying. We are staying at the YHA Noosa Heads, which is a really good location. However, the room does not have aircon. It's got 2 fans which are doing nothing. The room is hotter than the outside and we're feeling the heat now. Like, it's tropical. We are sweating constantly. Also, the washing machines don't seem to work. The dryer doesn't work, so I hand washed all my clothing, then had to dry it up on my bunk bed. Luckily we've like made friends with the other 2 guys that were in our dorm, so like I don't feel that weird about hanging my laundry out in the room. But if I hadn't been talking to the people in the dorm, that would obviously be a bit weird. It's not been the best hostel that we've stayed at. We've got a trip booked to Fraser Island, which we're leaving for tomorrow, and then one night in Noosa when we come back from Fraser Island. So we've actually asked Welcome to Travel if they can refund our stay at Noosa YHA the night we come back, and we have changed it to Bounce, which is a lot further away and more expensive, but we just kind of want one night of good sleep because after that we've got a 17-hour overnight bus as well. So I think that is you all caught up by this video. As I said, tomorrow is Fraser Island, so I think I will start a new video for Fraser Island tomorrow, and we're just chilling out in the hammocks. I'm going to read my book for a little bit and then maybe go and have a poke bowl and explore some more and maybe go on the beach a little bit more.